Have you ever wondered why we all have a surname? Why do people carry names like Dutta, Sharma, Khan, Smith, or Lee after their first name? Where did these surnames come from, and why did humans start using them in the first place? Long ago, most people had only a single name. In small villages and communities, that was enough. If there were only a few dozen people around, everyone knew who Ravi or Maya was. But as societies grew larger and populations increased, a single name was no longer enough to identify someone clearly. Imagine a town with 10 people named Ram. It would be very confusing to know which Ram someone was talking about. To solve this problem, people slowly began adding a second name to identify individuals more clearly. This second name eventually became what we now call a surname or last name. In many cases, surnames came from a person's occupation. For example, someone who worked with metal might be called a smith. Over time, the name Smith became a family surname. Similarly, someone who baked bread might become known as baker. These occupational names were very common in many parts of the world. Another common source of surnames was a person's father or ancestor. In many cultures, a person was identified as the child of someone. For example, Johnson originally meant son of John. In some cultures, similar patterns exist even today. This type of surname is known as a patronymic surname. Some surnames were based on location. If someone lived near a hill, forest, or a particular village, their name might reflect that place. For example, someone living near a hill might be called Hill, or someone from a particular town might carry the name of that town as their surname. In India, surnames often developed based on caste, profession, region, or community identity. Names like Sharma, Mukherjee, Banerjee, Dutta, Singh, and Iyer often indicate historical social roles or regional backgrounds. For example, some surnames were associated with scholars, priests, warriors, traders, or specific communities. Over time, these surnames stopped describing the actual job or status of a person and simply became family names passed down from generation to generation. A person named Smith today may not be a metal worker, and someone named Baker may never bake bread. But the name still carries a small piece of history from the past. Surnames also became important for legal records, property ownership, taxation, and government documentation. As kingdoms and governments started keeping records, having a family name helped identify people more clearly across generations. Interestingly, not all cultures adopted surnames at the same time. In some countries, fixed surnames only became common a few hundred years ago. In others, they became official when governments required people to register family names for census and taxation purposes. Today, surnames are a basic part of identity. They connect us to our ancestors, our culture, and sometimes even to the professions and places where our families once lived. Every surname carries a hidden story of history, migration, work, and tradition. So, the next time you hear someone's surname, remember that it is not just a name, it is a small piece of human history that has traveled through generations to reach the present day.